Hi, hello, great, welcome and hello. For today's calibration, I am going to be working with the most amazing Laura. So Laura, say hello, tell us about your amazing self, and we will dive in.
Hello, I am Laura. I just turned 37 years old this month, which feels pretty crazy. I'm super an adult, I guess. I am a marketer, entrepreneur, mom, coach, friend, and writer. And I'm super excited for whatever Sherry has in store for me today. I am a canvas. I'm ready to go on the ride.
Woo, it's going to be fun and exciting. It's going to be fun and exciting. So awesome. I'm super excited that we get to do this. And we do all kinds of entrepreneur things, but you do a lot of copy and you are like a mindset queen, are you not? Like
That
literally.
is exactly correct. Yes. And I'm not I don't pretend to know it all and I don't pretend to come down on high. Part of being a leader in the realm of mindset is being vulnerable in the fact that I also do this work and I eat the dog food and I'm always curious about tapping into my own murky corners, my own shadowy areas and shedding some light on them. So
Absolutely. And that's totally how we connected because I was like, oh, another mindset coach. Like, I want to see what she has. This is the most
yes.
exciting moment. So, like, literally, I don't think we could have any more convergence or synergy there. And I love that. And also, I happen to think you're pretty damn amazing. So,
Thank
whatever,
you.
let's get into it, shall we? So,
Yes, please.
let's pretend that this is the magic wand, right? Like the ever magic wand of all magic wands. And this magic wand will give you whatever you want today. What do you want?
I want to shed some bad habits that I have. And I want to step into more empowerment and leading others to be emboldened, empowered decision makers as well.
I love that. But I want the dirt. Give me the tea. What are the bad habits? So
Bad business habits. I don't have any bad business habits. No, I'm just kidding. I
I have the entire business. I own the business world.
I take my results very personally. And anytime I turn around and I really try to teach and create content around looking at everything as a data point, if that's a no, if you put something out there and you hear crickets, not taking that personally and interpreting that as data. And when I teach that material, it's very much because I am continually trying to reintegrate that into myself.
Okay. So, ooh, this is juicy. I can sink my teeth into this. So, let me just feel in here a little more. So, like, if somebody doesn't get into your programs or if you've been talking to them, this is not just, it's not about them. It's about you. It becomes like, and we all say like, oh, it's, like in the business industry, everyone's like, oh, it's them and they have this and they, right? Like we've all heard those stories,
Yeah,
right?
and I think I feel it as a blend, you know. I really want to believe that any prospects I have, anybody who consumes a good amount of my content is a person who is capable of making decisions that serve them. And yet when I'm told things like, "Oh, Laura, I love you. Oh, Laura, you have helped me so much, but I'm not going to join your program right now." I feel conflicted in that you're not making an empowered decision for you. Or when they say, I'm already in this coaching program, but I'm not really getting anything out of it, but I'm going to stick with it. You know, you just want to grab them and
Like,
shake
why
them
are
and
you
be
knocking
like,
on my door?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
What are
I
you not
love
getting
that.
at home? Because you're coming over here to me, baby. Like,
Mm,
yes.
come on now, come on. I
Yeah.
get it. Right. So that's interesting. So, oh, I love this so much because like, well, first off, you've been in business for a very long time. So I just want to like, can we give a little personalized story here? Like, you have created just monumental success in the business world. We can just pay the dues where the dues are due. Shall we say
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Monumental success. You made 1 million in one year and like 10 million in some ridiculous. Did I get those numbers right?
Yes. So my own personal brands and copy that I've written for myself has done well over the 8-figure mark. And that includes when I launched my own skincare company called Eden Beauty. And that was a really special milestone because that did over $1 million in its first year, which is a really rare, they say,
Freaking near
milestone.
impossible
Yeah.
unless you have deep pockets and like an entire panel of people devoted to only pushing that product. That is a very difficult niche. So thank you. Yes. So I think it's important to understand that like I've seen this obviously with entrepreneurs that were like barely scraping by. I've seen it at the 30,000 mark, the 100, the 200, the 500, and like the 8,000 figures that you are. So, but
Yes, thank you for saying that.
yeah, no, totally. And it's something that I used to struggle with myself so insanely much that I literally was like, I'm not going to be able to be an entrepreneur. This is everyone hates me. It's too personal, right? And my husband would be make fun of me all the time, and he'd be like, "Go eat worms," and I was like, I'm going to eat all the worms, right? Because that's kind of how you feel. But so, talk to me about how you feel when these people tell you no. And it's not no, but
I
their own version of no, right? Like whatever they
Yes.
say.
Yes. I Well, frankly, I'm torn in how to react because I have empathy and I always want to include an empathetic response if somebody truly doesn't feel ready to step up and work with me further. At the same time, I want to maintain my boundaries of, look, if I've poured a bunch into somebody and then they make a commitment to work with me and then don't, how do I honor like my boundaries of, well, I can't keep giving you my time. I can't keep giving you my energy if you're not following through the commitments you have made. So I suppose trying to find that balance between being empathetic and seeing them, but also being like, stop jerking me around.
Absolutely. So important. I just want to dig in a little and unpack this if we can. So, is this primarily happening when people have already like committed to working with you, or is this where like you're nurturing people along and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, thanks, that was so great, you did so much, and I'm off to my other coach that's lousy and sucks. Like I
It's
want to paint
both.
two very like dichotomous
Yes.
roles there.
Yes, it's both, but I like have different feelings in each situation. So when somebody has not made a commitment to me, it's much easier for me to maintain empathy and to be patient and to say, you know, I know you'll be back to me when the time is right for you.
Right.
When somebody has said, "Oh yes, Laura, I'm absolutely signing up for your next coaching cohort," I'm doing it on January 11th, and then January 11th comes and they don't do it. That's when I feel a little bit angry and I want to say, "Okay, you can never join. You're banned."
I did notice that it says that if you don't take it, you don't get to ask for a whole another year. It's a
Yes.
whole year without your awesomeness.
Yes.
I don't know if they understand how fucked they're going to be.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
So I just want to dive in a little bit here. So because obviously you're great with the people who are like, hey, I'm just slurping off the teat of all the goodness of all the things that you're willing to provide to me for free, right? Like that's part and parcel to business. And right. And like we know that, you know, at least 70% of the people never buy, right? Like we know all
Mhm.
those stats. But what I do want to dive into here is you mentioned anger. I want to dive into like the different feelings that go along with this. Like, so you feel anger. What other
Mhm.
emotions come up?
uh Frustration, like the sense of what will it take, confusion in, okay, what am I not doing? Like what am I missing to help them get there? Those are the main ones.
Yeah. And I'm just taking notes. I need to take a lot of notes.
Sure.
Never took this many notes in class, but now I'm good at it.
Funny how that works, right?
Yeah, right. You're finally. So okay, so we feel anger, frustration. What will it take? It's interesting that you're internalizing that into you. Like what's missing from you, and is that tied into a bit of like, where am I not good enough? And doesn't have to be, but
I
yourself.
think sure, I think that's definitely a factor. And it's also, I have this, my belief is it's all on me, you know. What I've found to be a helpful corollary is I play poker, right? And
Mhm.
poker is a skill game, as in over time, the more skilled player will win. Of course, in any one hand, there's an element of chance and anything can happen. So even if I find myself in a situation where I lost a hand, let's say, because of bad luck, which is part of the game, I'll still ask myself, I'll still look at every single thing I could have possibly done to avoid running into that bad luck. And so if I am in that similar situation with a prospective client and they say they're going to commit, but they don't follow through, I am asking myself, well, what could I have done, if anything, to get them to follow through?
But it's probably not, if anything. It's always, what could I have done?
Yes, exactly. What could I have done?
And look, this is like one of those things that's always like, people who suck don't go through this. So that's the good news. I mean, this as well. Like, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here because, like, this, but like, I feel like it's important to also recognize that, right? It's not the people that suck that struggle with this. It's the high achievers that have a heart to change the world.
Yes.
So, all right. So talk to me. I think I have enough information there. So just going to take that sheet and put that right there. Okay. So we know how you feel. We know what happens. We know what you want to solve, which is, when people come to you and they say that like they're going to commit, and then they turn into like, Willy Wonkas. But now tell me, in a perfect world, how you deal with this. What do you want to look like? What do you want this to feel like? What do you want to happen instead of what's happening? Pardon me.
Well, part of what I think is going on with me is, we manifest or create or step into the assumptions that we believe to be true, right? We don't manifest what we want, we manifest what we assume to be true. And therefore, I'm asking myself, well, am I assuming that some people will flake? Am I assuming that a lot of my audience is not really ready? And therefore, that's the reality that I feel like I'm experiencing. And to be clear, if I look at all of this shit objectively, a lot of people join me and I feel great. But when those few people don't, it takes too much of my energy, and I know that. And it's not fair to the whole ecosystem of everybody else. So
right. It's always that one person that's throwing a tomato that we give a fuck about for no logical reason.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And, I think I do a pretty good job of brute forcing that away, but I would love to not to be brute force. I would love to have a different set of assumptions and energy around
Definitely.
all
How would you like to feel? How would it feel? Like, what would be going on in your body, and what emotions would be coming up if you weren't brute forcing? Which,
yes,
right,
I would
what
feel
that be?
more consistent certainty in the fact that the right people flow to me regularly and consistently.
Mm-hmm. Again, just taking notes. Sometimes it takes a long time when there's a long note. I have a strange, crazy question. Just like the seventh grade girl in me wants to know. Have you ever asked one of these people, like, well, what the hell happened? Like, just out of the blue, like, really? So what the hell happened?
No, I haven't really.
Interesting.
I think that's part of it. When I feel injured, I get like, all right, well, screw you, and then I turn away. I think
Defensive.
that's part of it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I had that one time and I asked a woman and she's like, well, to be honest, then she gave me, of course, a bullshit story, but it's always a bullshit story,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was just like, you give them the opportunity to tell you a story and somebody's going to get sold that day. Who's it going to be,
Right.
right?
Right.
All right. So feel more consistent, certainty, right people. You would feel empowered. You would feel. How would you think of the people? How would you like to think of the people that gave you the story, right? How would you like to feel about them? Say the interaction happened. Say this is 6 months down the road and you're launching your, what is it called again?
Diamond mentorship.
Yes, with a diamond day that is like killer. Yes. So it's like whenever you're launching that, it's, down the road, and somebody comes to you and they're like, oh yeah, Laura, I'm getting in, I'm totally getting in. And the day comes and, you reach out, hey, here's the link and here's this, like, whatever you do, whatever the process is. And then there's like crickets. The next day, what do you do? How do you want to feel about that person? And how do you want to think about that person?
That's a great question because I don't know. How should I feel about them?
So when I went through this, and I can share some of like what worked for me. So when I went through this, I was like, you know what? I want it to not be about me. I want it to be about them and their journey. And I'm going to trust that they know about their journey, what's right for them. And if not, well, they're the only people who can know. But if they choose not to work with me, and here's the funny thing is they usually end up struggling, and we usually see it for a very long time till we take our eyes off of it. But that's also part of their journey. And so I don't wish for them to struggle, but like we have to accept that some people, everybody has their own journey, and that journey might be more hardship.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Good. I'm going to put that in there then. So you want to wish them well.
Mm-hmm.
Allow them to have their own journey.
Mm-hmm.
I especially, I just feel like holding these people in a space of love, because like there's something greater that's holding them back from saying yes. Sometimes that's financial things that their pride gets in the way with. Sometimes that's emotional things, or sometimes that's like their own like self-doubt, like I remember paying for my first big program and going, do I want to do this? Like, am I really going to put in the work? Right. And a lot of people, like, that's a reality slap. That's a cold day in hell that you're waking up to face yourself, Wish them well on their journey. Okay. You want to feel feelings of graciousness, you think? You want to feel more
Yes.
gracious? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not personal. It's not about you. So funny that we think that they're making decisions based on us. And maybe they are, but it's really none of our business. It doesn't matter.
Right.
All right. So I think I've taken all the notes I really need to take. I just want to review it one more minute. Do you feel like this is also about holding more power in your own body for your own path?
Definitely.
Love that. I gotta tell you, I've not done this with somebody in my niche before, or like, my literal peer and colleague in the same like spot. It's amazing because like it's so fun and you're so like self-aware and it's so easy.
Oh gosh, thank you.
No, you're great. You're great. You're doing absolutely great for your own paths. Okay. Yeah, so here's the great thing is we just took all these notes and I just talked about this and I just got a really good feel for it. And I think you did an incredible job of explaining it and being really just receptive to like the different angles of it. And all this probably doesn't even matter because as you know, the fun part about this is the calibrations that I do, which are the specific type of hypnosis, which is different than what a lot of people, everyone does. These are my own method and process. So in calibration, I take you from where you are to where you want to be. And that's the whole point of it, calibrate to that level, right? And so I tell everybody that like, everyone tells me that they think they know why this is happening. And I'm always like, it's always the funnest moment when we get into this and we access the subconscious, because not once out of all of these that I've ever done has anyone gotten the moments that all of this became the way it is. Like it's never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so I find it interesting and I'm excited to see, because the fact is like we can consciously put all the pieces together and know what it is, but until we're accessing the subconscious to connect the dots, we're like a
Mm-hmm.
little out there in space sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
All right, so the question is going to be, give me a second. And we're just going to wing it. It's going to come to me. There we go. I just bring most of the things in life. All right, so for this, are you sitting comfortably? Do you need anything? Can you hear me okay? You're going to shut your eyes and
Okay.
I'm going to need to hear you. So I think we've just done a sound check. You tend to get a little quieter when you're in hypnosis and I don't. So like, but you're still going to have all your faculties about you. And here's the next great question. Have you ever been hypnotized before?
No.
That's so exciting. Do you think we'll be able to do it?
Yeah, I hope so.
Joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Everybody is hypnotizable. Everybody.
Okay.
In fact, hypnosis is a natural act. This is a mindset coach, but hypnosis is a natural act that like you'll go off into a daze. It's your brain that's like, hey, we need to come down a level and take a break anyway. So like everybody does it all day without even realizing it. So we're just going to be doing it purposefully.
Okay.
All right. So I want you to just go ahead and you're going to roll your eyes upward and inward, and you're going to look right here. Can you do that on yourself while your eyes are open? Open
Okay.
eyes, and look right up here. Cross your eyes, look up, and allow yourself to just feel the slightest bit of pressure from looking up and inward right into the middle of your brow bone. And as you allow yourself to look upward and inward, right into the middle of your brow bone, you feel yourself relaxing. You may even feel your eyelids start to get heavy and want to flutter from the pressure. And that's okay. You can allow that. Just let your eyelids flutter as they will, as you feel the pressure building as you are looking upward and inward, getting more and more relaxed and drifting off just a little as you allow your eyelids to just drop down right over your eyes. Close your eyes, drop down, seal tight. Your eyes are closed. You're relaxed. And as your eyes are closed, your eyelids begin to feel so heavy, so very heavy. And as your eyelids begin to feel so very heavy, you allow yourself to relax even deeper, feeling the little muscles around your eyes let go and let loose, allowing all of your facial muscles to release and let go and let loose as you just relax, allowing your scalp to relax, all of your neck muscles, right down to your shoulders, allowing all of the muscles in your torso to let go and let loose, just going deeper, allowing yourself to just focus on my voice as you relax deeper and deeper. And as your body relaxes, you find yourself drifting deeper, going deeper, relaxing deeper. It's a very comfortable space, very safe. And I'm going to count you down from 10 to 1. And as I count you down from 10 to 1, you will become completely relaxed, allowing yourself to let go at 10. As you relax deeper, drift deeper, deeper into the moment, deeper into the sound of my voice, feeling yourself completely let go of the cares of the day, releasing any thoughts, anything, just being here. As you allow yourself to drift deeper, drop deeper, go deeper, deeper still. At 9, feeling comfortable and safe, knowing that this is the space of self-care and the workshop of the mind, and you are here for transformation at 8. And as you allow yourself to drift deeper, go deeper, be deeper, relax still, you allow your chin to just let go and let loose as you drop it ever so slightly, just as if you were looking down a flight of stairs. There you go, just going deeper into a space of complete comfort, finding peace, finding inner peace as that inner peace radiates through your body, bringing a sense of calm, calm mind, calm body. Relax at 7. And as you relax deeper, deeper into calm mind, calm body, you feel as though you are floating, completely weightless, letting go, letting loose. You feel the energy of your truth, of pure consciousness. And as you feel this, you feel completely limitless in all ways, completely expansive at 6. As you drop deeper, go deeper, relax deeper, feeling that limitless feeling, the truth of who you are, the power that you have and hold, allowing yourself to be focused on my words in comfort, knowing that you are here for a purpose and that you have chosen this at 5. As you relax even deeper to the sound of my voice, being completely tuned in at 4, drifting deeper, 10 times deeper at 3, dropping down, drifting deeper, going to sleep at 2, at 1, you feel 10 times more relaxed, 10 times deeper, 10 times calmer. Calm mind, calm body, relaxed mind, relaxed body. Drift down, go to sleep. Now, and as you are in this space of deep relaxation, you can still hear everything that I say, and you can still respond easily and effortlessly. You're still in control, Laura. You're very much in control. And even though I say go to sleep, drift deeper, go deeper, you're still completely able to respond, completely able to recognize what's going on. And you still have power. Now, in this space, I want you to imagine that in your left hand, you are going to imagine in your imagination that there is a lemon, a bright yellow lemon, and this piece of fruit is in your left hand in the imagination of your mind. And in the imagination of your mind, I want you to examine this fruit. Is it bumpy or is it smooth?
Smooth.
It's smooth. Yes. And the answers are easy. They come to you so easily. And this smooth lemon, does it have a stem or no stem?
No stem.
No stem. And I want you to just feel this lemon. Roll it around in your hand, right in your left hand. Is it warm or is it cool?
Cool.
It's cool. That's perfect. And in the imagination of your mind, I want you to see yourself just bringing that left hand right up to your nose, and you're going to smell it. It's a deep inhale as you smell the lemony scent, and it might remind you of a cleaning product or freshness or a summer day. What does it remind you of?
Summer day.
A summer day. That's beautiful. And as this lemon is right there wafting into your nose and you're smelling that freshness of the summer day, I want you to just open your mouth and dig your teeth right into the skin. Puncture the skin with your teeth and just allow yourself to push through the pith and into the juice. And the juice is tart and sour, and it spills all through your mouth, down your cheeks, down your chin. Do you feel that?
Yes.
And is it causing your mouth to water at all?
Yes.
Perfect. And we're just going to put that fruit to the side because we don't need that anymore. And that's wonderful. You've done great. You're doing great. So, Laura, we're here today because there is a pattern and a behavior that you would like to release. And this pattern and behavior is that you want to feel differently when people tell you they're coming in and they don't keep their word. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. And in that space, and we don't know what this is, but your subconscious does. Your subconscious knows exactly when this began and what happened. and your subconscious has all of the answers. And I happen to know that there is a point in your past that actually was an exact moment, an exact scene, an exact memory, something that you will recognize and remember that started all of this. And this is the cause for why you feel this way. And right now, I'm going to ask you, you're going to travel there. You're going to be there in 3, 2, 1. Be there. Be there now. Laura, are you inside or outside?
Inside.
You're inside. That's wonderful. And are you happy or sad?
Sad.
You're sad. Are you alone or with others?
Others.
Mm-hmm. Do you recognize where you are?
Yes.
And what's going on that you're sad?
I'm in trouble.
Oh no, you're in trouble? How old are you?
7.
Oh wow. And you're 7 years old. And what did you get in trouble for? Did you do something?
No.
But you got blamed for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awful. Did you get blamed for it because of your siblings, or was it just a misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding.
Yeah. And how is 7-year-old Laura feeling about this, besides sad?
Frustrated.
Yeah, that's easy to understand, right? And so I want to make sure that you're just viewing this scene. You're not inside of the 7-year-old Laura. You're viewing this just like you're watching a TV replay. Do you see it that way?
Yes.
Perfect. So stay viewing. And it's easy to understand how a 7-year-old Laura could feel frustrated. Why do you feel frustrated? Do you not feel like you can speak up for yourself or you can say what really happened?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's got to be tough. And so, how do you think this contributed to you not being able to feel the way you want when someone doesn't enroll with you? What's the connection here?
It repeats to me that I'm not good enough.
It repeats to you that you're not good enough. Now, here's something that we both know. There is nothing about that beautiful little girl that was not good enough. She came into this world a bright young baby, instantly good enough in every way. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yes. But things happen, and at 7 years old, we don't have the capacity to see this as we do now as an adult. And I'm sure that now you can look at that 7-year-old Laura and you can see that she is good enough, can't you?
Yes.
I want you to just take a moment and in your heart or in the imagination of your mind, I want you to tell that young girl everything she needed to hear at that moment. Can you take a moment and do that and tell me when you're finished?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
And how does that 7-year-old Laura feel now?
Better.
Better? I want you to take a moment and I want you to tell her that life gets amazing and she gets everything she could ever want and dream of. And I want you to tell her that you love her and give her everything she needs to feel even better in this moment. Can you do that?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to give little 7-year-old Laura or that she needs so that you can move on from this?
No.
Okay, that's perfect. I want to thank you and 7-year-old Laura for being here and showing that to us. And we're going to step away from this scene. It is zooming out. You are zooming out and leaving the scene. And you are instantly traveling. You are instantly going to be viewing another scene that is leading to exactly why you feel this way and why this is happening. And you're going to be there in 3, 2, 1. Be there. Be there now, Laura. It's scene 2. Are you inside or outside?
Inside.
You're inside. That's wonderful. And is it daytime or nighttime?
Nighttime.
It's nighttime. And are you happy or sad?
Sad.
You're sad? Why are you sad, Laura?
Nobody's listening to me.
No one is listening to you. What's going on that no one's listening to you?
I was hurt and nobody listened to me.
Oh, that can be very upsetting. How old were you?
Like 13.
13. 13 is an age when all girls want to be listened to and heard, isn't it?
Yeah.
All ages, but especially once we get into the teenage years, it can be very important then. So, Laura, I want you to just make sure you're viewing this, and I want you to tell me a bit more about what's going on. What are you trying to communicate here, and who isn't listening?
My dad's not listening.
Yeah. And what are you trying to communicate? Can you tell?
That something bad happened to me.
Okay. And that's very important that somebody listened to you at this time. Now, Laura, I'm going to ask you to just zoom out just a tiny bit because we don't want to relive the feelings or the memories. We just want to view them. So just zoom out just a tiny bit so you feel a little more comfortable. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Then you're perfectly safe. We're just reviewing this. So you can view this and you can see this. How does this contribute to the pattern and the behavior that you want to break?
I get mad when I feel like people are not listening to me.
Yeah. That's easy to understand. Why do you get mad?
I feel powerless.
Yeah. And it certainly makes sense that you would feel powerless at 13, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Laura, I want you to take a moment. I want you to zoom in closer. I want you to snap your fingers right in front of 13-year-old Laura. And when you slap your fingers, she's going to come to attention and look at you. I want you to, in your mind's eye, communicate everything she needed communicated at that moment, that day, at that time, when she wasn't being heard. Can you do that now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Have you given her all the love and reassurance that she needs for the future Laura?
Yes.
That's perfect. And I just want you to just really let her know that everything turns out okay, and give her a glimpse into what life does look like and how she is heard and how she is seen in the future. Take a moment and do that.
Okay.
Laura, you are doing just incredible here. Do you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay. Does 13-year-old Laura feel better?
Yeah.
Good. Good. All right, we're going to zoom out of this scene. We're going to move back. We're going to move back. We're going to move back. And we're going to go to a third and a final scene. This third and final scene is going to tie everything together for us. And in this scene, we're going to have absolute clarity and complete resolution to this. And this scene is going to be everything that you recognize and know, and instantly clear and be there. Be there in 3, 2, 1. Be there now. Laura? Are you inside or outside?
Inside.
You're inside. And are you happy or sad?
Happy.
Wonderful. I love happy. Why are you so happy?
I'm on stage
Oh, that's wonderful. Why are you on stage?
because I want to be.
That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Of course, you're on stage because you want to be. What stage are you on?
Diamond Day stage.
That's right. I love it. And you're wearing your stunning outfit, looking ever so glam,
Mm-hmm.
showing off the legs. Perfect. So you're on stage at Diamond Day and you're happy. What are you on stage doing at this moment that you're viewing?
I just got out there, so people are clapping to introduce me.
That's amazing. And how do you feel?
Good.
Good. Perfect. So I want you to look at this scene and I want you to share with me how this scene is contributing to what's going on with this pattern and this behavior.
Well, for one, it's like the opposite. It's like
Yeah.
how I
Yeah.
how I feel when everything goes right. It's like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I just want to examine this a little more with you. Can I do that?
Yeah.
So at this one particular Diamond Day, I know you've had many of these. They're very popular, very extraordinary, transformational events. Were there people who said they would be there that didn't follow through?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, absolutely, because that's just the nature of the beast with business, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. And I want you to view yourself on that stage. Look at each person in that audience. They couldn't be any happier than to be there, right there in front of you, could they?
I guess not.
Well, they went to great effort to be there.
Yes.
Yeah. They booked, they bought it, they clicked the button, they made the payment, they entered their password, they booked a ticket, they got on a plane, they packed a suitcase, they got an Uber. It wasn't like they just went outside to check the mail. And everyone that was there wanted to be there.
Yes.
And could you feel that on stage?
Yes.
And did it feel like all of the right people were there?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, let me ask you a question. While you were standing there on stage at Diamond Day, your transformational, amazing mindset is sexy event. At any one point, did you stop everything you were doing to think about the people that said no or said yes but didn't show up while you were talking to all of the people that were happy to see you?
No.
Yeah, no, that just doesn't happen. So, is there anything else that we need to know about this scene that is a correlation, a causation, part of the story as to why you create this behavior and in experience in this particular scene? Is there anything more we need to examine or look at or know?
Well, uh, now I kind of think that some of the stuff I do at Diamond Day is like a shield or tools that I try to use to get people to listen to me.
Okay. So are you telling me that when you're presenting at Diamond Day, there is sometimes thoughts that you're not being heard or listened to?
Or when I'm not at Diamond Day, I feel less listened to because I don't have all the trappings, you know?
Ah, you don't have all the accoutrements that you don't have everyone's full attention because they're not trapped in a room with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could just say it that way. Like, and I don't mean that in an ugly way. I mean that with absolute love. I
Mhm.
think we've all trapped some people in rooms with us for our own retreats and been happy about it. Okay.
Mhm.
So outside of Diamond Day, you feel like you have less power and control to have people's attention and feel heard and feel listened to. Is that right?
Yes.
But I want to ask you, for all of the people that listen to you and all of the people that hear you, there's quite a few. There's a lot, in fact, are there not?
Yes.
And I would say that all of these people actually do really hear you because they even come back and share with you how much you have changed their life, do they not?
They do.
Not all of them, but a good bit of them come back and will tell you that you've changed their life, won't they?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And not only that, but you see these people out in the wild, in the world. I'm sure that there are times when you recognize they've actually taken your advice and executed. Have you seen that as well?
Yes.
Absolutely. So we've had people come back and tell you that they've heard you and taken your advice, right?
Mhm.
And then we've had people actually just execute, and you've seen it out in the wild. And you've had people click the button, pay the money, and show up in your vibe and in your own circle, your sphere of influence. And they've all responded to you in some way, shape, or form throughout that container, haven't they?
Yes.
So we have three proofs of fact here. These aren't made up. These are things that we could go search down. We have three proofs of fact here that the right people are listening. Would you agree?
Yes.
And would you agree that those right people are the majority?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. And that does it's just a bit of logical sense there, right? Like once you look at that. So as you look at this, even logically, does it does it even really make sense to say that the only reason that people listen to you at Diamond Day is because they're trapped in a room with you and you don't have these tools outside of Diamond Day to get people's attention and to make an impact and impression on them? Is that actually still true?
No.
No, no. All right, that's perfect. And I just want to ask you, can you release that comfortably?
Yes.
That's perfect. So that's actually not even a consideration anymore, is it?
No.
Awesome. That's amazing. Does that feel better?
Yes.
Perfect. I love that. And the only thing about that is this still tells a story. In fact, all three of these scenes tell a story, don't they, Laura? When you put them all together, there's a bit of a storybook there. We have the scene of you being sad and in trouble over a misunderstanding. And then we have the scene of you at 13 being sad. And then we have the scene of you at Diamond Day. And if you're holding all three of these in your hand, like cards or pictures, right? Postcards. Holding all three of these like postcards in your hand. What's the story here that they all tell when you put them together?
Uh, what I'm getting is I work hard to say something.
That sounds very true. I have a question.
Hmm.
Do you feel like you need to work hard to say something now that you're viewing it?
No.
In this moment, can you look at this and say that that might be who you were yesterday, even before this call?
Yeah.
But right now, I want to ask you if that's exactly who you are right now in this moment, someone who has to work hard to say something.
No.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful because it gives you the space to just speak with your own power and own sovereignty, doesn't it?
Hmm.
And I want you to imagine that it's been a month from now. So it's like March 1st, just over a month from now. Is there any reason that you would go back to that belief in 30 days?
No.
No. It's not who you are, is it?
No.
In fact, it's no longer even your identity.
No.
No. I want you to just fast forward a little further into the future, would me? Would you do that for me?
Yes.
I want you to fast forward and it's summertime. Summertime, the start of summer. Has this crept back in?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Okay, that's great.
No.
So, perfect, perfect, because it's not who you are. And you could see if all of a sudden you started giving into that belief again, couldn't you?
Yes.
Yes, yes. In fact, do you trust yourself and to know and notice when you would even give into that belief so you could put a stop to it right there and say, that's not who I am, that's not me, I don't hold that identity. That was the old Laura.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Very empowering. Do you feel very empowered having the ability to be able to do that?
Yes.
That's amazing. I love that. I want to just take you into the future. It's a year from now. It's a year from now, and you and I are talking about something. And I go, hey, by the way, Laura, did that thing ever come back? That thing? How do you respond?
No.
Yeah, I think it would actually take you a little while to think about what I was even talking about because it was so foreign to you. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
I want you to fast forward a year into the future. It is February of 2024, and you and I are on a Zoom. We're talking about something. Can you see that in your mind?
Yes.
And I say, hey, Laura, how did it go with that thing? Did it ever come back? And I want you to imagine that you're like lost. You're searching your mind, like, oh my God, what is she talking about? Did I forget something? Do you see that?
Yes.
And then I want you to just pluck it like right out of the ether, like, oh yeah, that silly, ridiculous thing. And then I want you to say, no, of course not. That was like, that was so 2023. So 2022. That was so 2022. Say that to me in your imagination right there. All right, perfect. Perfect. And how do you feel right now?
Good.
Good. That's amazing. Laura, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just stop this recording for a moment, but you're going to stay right there in trance. And before I stop the recording, I'm just going to ask, are you comfortable in trance?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you feel safe?
Yes.
Perfect. And do you feel like you still have control over this entire situation?
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. Okay. So I'm just going to stop this recording because we're going to move into the calibration portion. And I mentioned this to you before. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to stay right there.